You know what stretches my mind, Andrew? How can someone go from being raised in Zen Buddhism by a teenage mom in Los Angeles to becoming one of the most influential voices in evangelical Christianity? That's the fascinating journey of Voddie Baucham.
That dramatic transformation captures something unique about religious identity in America, PAPPY. The way he completely reinvented himself is remarkable.
What's even more interesting is that he didn't just change his personal beliefs, he went all in academically, from playing college football to pursuing multiple advanced degrees, including studying at Oxford. That's not exactly a typical path.
The football player to theologian pipeline must be pretty small. What do you think drove that dramatic shift?
Well, I think his outsider perspective actually gave him a unique advantage. He understood what it was like to see Christianity from the outside, which probably influenced how he approached theological education and cultural engagement later on.
Hmm. And that perspective shows up in his writing too. His books seem to tackle bigger and more controversial topics over time.
Exactly. Take his works, Fault Lines, and It's Not Like Being Black. These weren't just theological texts. He was directly challenging contemporary social movements and their relationship with Christianity. Remember, this was someone who had lived and experienced life as a black man in America.
That makes his story so compelling, the way he connected personal experience with broader cultural debates.
And you know what's really fascinating? In 2015, he moved his entire family, all nine children, to Zambia to become the Dean of Theology at African Christian University. That's not a small decision when you've built a comfortable life in Texas,
Nine children, and they were all homeschooled too, right? That's like running a small private school while managing an international career.
right? And even after facing serious health challenges in 2021, including heart failure and quadruple bypass surgery, he kept pushing forward. He was planning to become the founding president of Founders Seminary in Florida when he died unexpectedly in 2025.
The pace of his work in those final years was remarkable. It's almost like he knew he was racing against time.
What really stands out to me is how he combined intellectual rigor with practical application. He wasn't content to just write academic theology. He wanted to show how it worked in real life, in families, in education, and in cultural engagement.
That practical application sometimes led to controversy, especially regarding his views on family structure and gender roles.
That's true, and it raises important questions about the impact of strong theological convictions on family life. Some critics worried about his teachings on physical discipline and gender roles, while others saw him as a powerful voice for traditional values.
So, how do you think his early exposure to Buddhism influenced his approach to Christian theology?
I think it made him particularly effective at engaging with different worldviews. He understood the importance of systematic thinking. You can see how he structured his arguments in books like The Ever Loving Truth. He wasn't just preaching, but building comprehensive approaches to family discipleship, education, and cultural engagement.
That systematic approach really carried over into his international work as well.
Exactly. And looking at his legacy now, I think it's threefold: his academic work and writings, his practical impact through institutions like African Christian University, and this model he created of engaging with cultural issues from a theological perspective.
Pappy, it's quite a journey from that Buddhist household in Los Angeles to becoming a global Christian voice.
And maybe that's the key takeaway, Andrew. how personal transformation can lead to broader social impact, even if that impact is sometimes controversial. His story really challenges us to think about how our beliefs shape our actions and how those actions in turn shape the world around us.